we really got back in touch where one day he called me and said, listen, my son Chris needs an internship, and he needs one. Like, is there anything? I said, just send him down. Tell him to pack his bags and come down. And I got a room for him. And I said, he's going to have to learn, do it the hard way. It's not going to be no easy thing. He goes, well, that's what I want, and he grabbed me one day after it was all over a couple years later, and he cried like a baby because he said, what you did for my son and giving him a chance and everything, that just meant a lot to me. And so he was a very sentimental devil. Chuck Stone was sentimental. And, don't get him mad, but he was a sentimental devil. And I always knew it when he was at offensive guard, and he always knew when I was at outside linebacker because, we'd definitely have some collisions. But, you know, we just kept and he would come back to Raleigh, and he would always make a point to call me, and we would meet up, and lo and behold, we start doing these tailgates and everything else, and towards the end of my career at NC State, I had a brain aneurysm where I had a 3% chance of coming back and being like this. It took me 7 years to recover, and I got out of the hospital after 15 days. And I went in at 210 pounds. I came out at 172 because I could barely do anything, couldn't hardly walk. So Chuck hops out on his Harley Davidson and drives all night to come down here. Lo and behold, I'm at my in-laws staying there till I recover, and I come out in the living room, and there's Chuck, there's Chris, and there's Jim Richer. I go, hey Chuck, what's going on? Hey Dave, how you doing? And so he drove down here all night to see me, and he was concerned, and so then we had a good visit, and then he got on his Harley Davidson and drove back up to Ohio, and